Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
PPT కనిపిస్తుందా? ఎవరైనా కన్ఫర్మ్ చేయరా?
కనిపిస్తాను సార్.
Okay, Prahlad, thank you. Okay, yesterday we started with this construction safety. We are unable to finish it. So today also we are discussing the same topic, safety in construction industry. I'll just give a brief of yesterday's class. I'm requesting
morning
Mr. Muthu, please be on mute. Yeah. If you have any doubt, you can unmute yourself and you can talk. Otherwise, try to be in mute. Yeah. Yesterday we have seen about the philosophy of the construction work, and we have seen what is meant by policy. We have discussed how we are integrating. We have discussed about good planning in safety, and we have discussed about work, and we have discussed about standards and statutory provisions which is required for the construction industry. We have discussed about safety manual and what are the things which is need to be covered. What are the data or what are the content which is need to be covered in safety manual. And we have workmen which is relating to construction industry. Then we have discussed about various types of hazards at construction site. The first is fall of persons. We have discussed about fire, and we have discussed about electrocution, and we have discussed about the material handling, and we have discussed about the transport accidents, and we have discussed about what are the requirements of PPE, and also we have discussed different types of PPE, which is respiratory and non-respiratory. And we gone through the permit, how the permit look like, and what is the requirement of the permit. And we have seen the potential hazards which is identified in the permit, and also the safety requirement, all the safety measures or precautions are necessary to take a permit. Somewhere we started this. Okay, today's we'll discuss about the construction safety checklist. What are the minimum checkpoints as a safety officer we need to ensure whether the people are meeting or the work site is meeting the requirement of safety. Any industry you can use a general checklist. We can write the construction company name, working at and audited by and audit date. Okay, here the first most point is helmets. I don't know what happened. It is reconnecting in between. Okay. Madam, can you please give me the host access once again? Once again. I'll just take the host access. Manikanda, I'm not able to present the PPT. I think I'm just waiting for the host access. Just give me a while. Okay. Meanwhile, we'll go through the PPT. Once Madam given the access, then I will share this. Okay. Yeah. First thing is we have to check the helmets which is used by the people. Helmet in the sense it is not about the just for a namesake helmet. It must be certified and also the client has to be inspected whether it is meeting the ISI requirement. And also safety belts used by the all the during work if the height is more than 2 meters or 1.8 meters. Whoever is working at height, they must be use the safety belt. Then also static lines are provided to facilitate hooking of the safety belt. Static lines is nothing but fall arresting system. It must be okay. Static line nothing but
गुड इवनिंग सर.
गुड इवनिंग.
हाँ सर, एक क्वेश्चन था सर, आपसे पूछना था. जैसे सर हम लोग एक सेफ्टी बेल्ट का सर 5 ईयर मानते हैं, मतलब उसका जो मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डेट है उस डेट से 5 साल अगर उसका कंडीशन अच्छा है तो उस बेल्ट को हम लोग ओके मानते हैं.
हाँ.
तो सर एक सेफ्टी हेलमेट का क्या सर एक्सपायरी डेट होता है?
हेलमेट का 3 साल है.
मतलब डेट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से 3 साल.
डेट ऑफ मैन्युफैक्चरिंग से आप एक काम कर सकते हैं. आप हेलमेट के ना तो घुमाएगा तो एक जो आगे जो निप है ना, जो आगे जो प्रोजेक्शन आता है,
हाँ,
वो उल्टा करेगा ना, उधर मैन्युफैक्चरिंग डेट और ईयर भी दिखता है. वो प्रिंट करके देता है. हेलमेट में मोल्ड है, उसमें प्रिंट करके आता है. वो चेक कर सकता है. इवन वो जो हेलमेट मैन्युफैक्चर करना वो डायरेक्ट लिख जाता है मिनिमम 3 इयर्स. then you have to check for the testing. If it is proven okay, then you will go with the same helmet. Otherwise, you have to replace.
Right, sir.
उसका self life 3 years है as per the manufacturer.
Okay, okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
आपको सेकंड हाफ में दिखाएगा, एक अच्छा प्रेजेंटेशन बनाया हेलमेट के बारे में. अच्छा कि एक आप सवाल पूछे, मैं एक दिखाएगा हेलमेट का पूरा जानकारी देगा.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
IS standard is there or how, sir?
IS standard is there, Indian standard is there, Bureau of Indian Standards is there, European standard is there, ANSI standard is there. I'll show you all the standards in second class. Okay.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. We have to the static line in the sense, fall arresting system we have to be provided, and also safety nets are provided wherever the scaffold not feasible. If scaffold is not feasible, if they are working on any height works, there as a secondary line of defense, we need to provide a safety net. And the scaffolds are in good condition and ladders to be used. Whatever the scaffolds we are using, we have seen in the engineering 1, engineering 2, engineering 1 syllabus. There we have seen scaffolds. The scaffolds must be verified and certified by the authorized person. Then only those scaffolds must be allowed to for performing the activity. There we used to check soil condition, base plate, sole plate, cross bracings, then access. There will check the mid rail, top rail, then condition of the bracings, the condition of the pipe should not be bent, the pipe should not be get rusted, the pipe should not having any weld repairs, and the clamps must be done properly, and it has to be tie up with any fixed structure to avoid the fall of the scaffold or collapse of the scaffold, and we should barricade the in and around the scaffold so that the vehicle movement should be restricted. Otherwise, the truck drivers may hit with the scaffold and complete scaffold get collapsed. And also internal transfer, the people should not be crossover from one scaffold to another scaffold. It is there such a kind that we should have a proper platform for the changing. There we should give proper protection to avoid the fall of the people. Okay, those are the checkpoints we have to check. Why will scaffolds in the construction site, and also hand tools are of the standard type and maintained properly. Whatever the hand tools they're using, it must be proper in good condition and also maintained properly. In hand tools, we can also cover this portable power tools. The power tools are in good condition and supply with the ELCB or RCCAB. These power tools must be inspected by the safety person every month. For example, if you are a client for your site, client safety, whoever the construction contractors who are coming in, those tools must be certified with any inspection sticker behalf of client safety, so that these power tool has been inspected by client safety, approved that they can use in the site. Otherwise, non-approved tools should not be allowed to use in the work site. Maybe you can get a city of once in 15 days, or you can keep a frequency of once in a month also. Whenever they brings the tool inside, the inspection sticker must be there, so that we can put a control on in the security gate itself, so that there is no sticker on the equipment or tool that should not be admitted inside the site, so that way we can control. Then grinding machines are with the guards. Whatever the rotating machines, grinding machine, cutting machines, all must be with a guard. Without guard, we should not allow them to operate. And welding machine and cables are in good condition. Gas cylinders of the cutting sets are protected with the spark, or a spark in the sense, what do you call, flashback arresters. And also the hose must be checked. If there is any leakage, we have to suggest them to change the pipes, hoses. And also pressure gauge also very much important at the time of gas cutting. Most of the people, they will keep the pressure gauge, but 90% they are not working condition. So pressure gauge must be checked and verified that the pressure gauge is working. And also hose of the cutting sets, pressure regulators and the pressure gauge are in good condition and working, and also leak free. It must be leak free. And good insulation, earthing and ELCB are in electrical installations. They should have a proper insulation, and all the equipment must be earthed properly and wherever there is a requirement of ELCBs, those must be installed. And cranes are in good working condition. Whatever the cranes we are checking, we should have a check sheet to check the condition of the cranes, and also the drivers who is operating the cranes, they must be certified and they also competent enough to operate the cranes. The lifting tackles are in good working condition. Whatever the lifting tackles you are using, for example, slings, wire rope slings, D shackles, eye bolts, chain slings, wire slings, web slings, all this must be inspected and make sure that they are in good condition. And also we need to train the riggers, whoever is working in the rigging, they must be ensure in each lift they check the condition of the tackles, then only they can allow to use it. Then crane is operated by a competent operator. This is also one of the requirement. We can follow any color code or dress code or any reflective jacket, different colors for this operators like crane operator and truck drivers and all. Whoever is having a competent authority for critical operations like truck drivers and crane operators, welders, those kind of people must be clearly identified in a special dress code or any helmet color coding. Then standard signaling for the rigging practice are followed. What are the standard signaling practice for lowering, shifting, siding, and for unloading? Those must be standard signals must be followed, and the rigger has to be trained properly on those standard signaling.
Inspection, sir. Third party inspection.
वो भी है ना, वो competent जो ये होता है ना, they must be inspected and also they have to get the third party for all the cranes, whatever it is, whatever crane, even safety belt, compressor, all lifting tools and tackles, all the things must be get third party verified.
Sir, what about the lifeline, sir?
Which one?
Lifeline also. Every
Lifeline of what?
also yearly basis, 1 month, 6 months basis the third party inspection.
नहीं किसके लिए?
For lifeline.
Roof
Lifeline
for-
or vertical lifeline, overhead
The
lifeline.
lifeline.
For lifeline, if you ask me, I didn't come across with
But
this thing. We can see as a good practice, we will check the condition of the lifeline and we will reject actually. For the safety belts, we will do once in 6 months. For lifeline, I also need to check.
सर लाइफलाइन क्या हम लोग जिसे हम लोग 10 mm का वायर रोप जो यूज करते हैं सर लाइफलाइन के लिए, उसका सर एक टीपीआई तो होना ही चाहिए, बट सर उसका कंडीशन क्या होता है, अगर आप पाइप रेक में उसको यूज कर रहे हो, पाइप रेक के ऊपर हाइट पे, तो सर क्या होता है वो ओपन एरिया होता है, फिर बारिश होता है।
कविंदर सिंह, आपका आवाज नहीं आ रहा है।
हाँ सर, तो मैं यही बोल रहा था कि बारिश की वजह से सर उसमें रस्टिंग आ जाती है। हाँ सर,
बीच में आपका आवाज नहीं आया, फिर बताइए ना। अच्छा
सर, मैं ये बोल रहा था वो जो लाइफ लाइन का जो हम लोग वायर रोप यूज करते हैं 10 mm का, उसमें सर क्या होता है कि उसका 1 ईयर का सर टीपीआई रहता है, सर्टिफिकेट, बट उसको अगर हम लोग ओपन एरिया में यूज कर रहे हैं, जैसे पाइप रेक होता है, पाइप रेक, अगर पाइप रेक में यूज करते हैं सर, तो वो ओपन एरिया होता है, तो क्या होता है कि बारिश होती है तो उसमें रस्टिंग आ जाता है पानी उनी की वजह से। तो फिर हम लोग क्या करते हैं सर, फिर उसको रीचेक करके या तो हर 3 मंथ पे भी मांगते हैं। रिलायंस के अंदर में नियम है सर, हर 3 मंथ पे फिर आपको चेक करना है और उसका टीपीआई कराना है, नहीं तो उसको चेंज करना है।
ओके, इफ इट इज नाइलॉन रोप यूज करेगा तो 12 mm का नाइलॉन रोप यूज करता है ना
सर? नहीं, रिलायंस के अंदर सर आपको वायर के लिए वायर रोप चाहिए।
कल वायर रोप
allow లేదు సార్, ఇది స్ట్రక్చరల్ యాక్టివిటీస్ లో వైర్ రోప్
ఓన్లీ వైర్ రోపా?
Wire rope,
for the vertical if it is in you are making it as
lifeline, okay sir, vertical polyester, okay sir.
If they are using it as a permanent this thing, they will go with wire rope. Otherwise no, for temporary activities and all they will not go for wire rope, no, especially in the construction industry.
కన్స్ట్రక్షన్ ఇండస్ట్రీలో సార్ స్ట్రక్చరల్ యాక్టివిటీస్ లో ఏంటంటే వెల్డింగ్ యాక్టివిటీ చేస్తారు సార్, అందుకని కంపల్సరీగా రోప్ అనేది అలౌ లేదు సార్. వైర్ రోప్ లైఫ్ లైన్ అయితే ల్యాడర్ పైన ఆఫ్టర్ 6 మంత్ అయితే మీకు పాలిస్టర్, వెర్టికల్ పాలిస్టర్ ఉంటుంది,
వర్టికల్ పాలిస్టర్ యూస్ చేస్తారు. ఓకే,
రోప్ యూజ్ చేస్తారు.
ఓకే, అండర్స్టూడ్.
Sir, What about permanent for the register? We have to go for testing in a year or how?
That I need to cross check. Even I'm also not sure, Deepak. That I'll cross check and I'll
In a
update.
year, sir, we are going to test in a year by third party, and for monthly basis audit is there also.
You used to do yearly, Ratan Singh?
Yearly third party inspection yearly, sir, basis.
कौन करता है अपने
And for
कॉम्पिटेंट पर्सन ही करता है क्या वो?
हाँ, competent person ही करेगा आके उसको.
जो लिफ्टिंग टूल्स एंड टैकल्स करता है वही करता है?
हाँ, competent
Yes, sir,
person
yes, sir.
करेगा.
Okay, Deepak, it will be here as Ratan Singh said, being I think he's practicing it.
Okay, thank you, Ratan Singh. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
I'll check with the
Sir,
competent
one
person.
doubt, sir.
చెప్పండి.
హలో సార్, ఇది ఫుల్ బాడీ ఆర్డినేషన్ ఉన్నది కదా, అది కొత్తదేని దాని మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ అయిపోతే అది యూజ్ చేయొచ్చా లేదు?
మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్
న్యూ అంటే మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ 2017 సార్, వాళ్ళు రీసెంట్లీ ఒప్పుతారు.
రీసెంట్ గా పర్చేజ్ చేశారా? మేడ్ ఇన్ 2017.
మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ 2017. అయితే ఇప్పుడే పర్చేజ్ చేశారు వాళ్ళు. యూజ్ అంటే 5 years అయిపోయింది. అంటే అది యూజ్ చేయొచ్చా లేదా?
With test certificate we can use. We can ask them for submit the test certificate.
అంటే కొత్తది అది మ్యానుఫ్యాక్చరింగ్ వ్యాలిడిటీ అయిపోయినా TPI తీసుకుంటే
If it is past TPI we can use, no? Even if for example if you buy belt also which is made in 2022, after 1 year you will do the rechecking. Maybe you will use for another 5 years. If the belt is in good condition, you are continuing, no? Okay. Yeah. So with the certificate, if the supplier able to submit the latest test certificate, you can use.
Okay, sir.
Yeah.
इसमें सर मेरा एक क्वेश्चन है.
हाँ.
ये है सर कि अभी जो सेफ्टी बेल्ट का होता है सर, हम लोग मंथली इंस्पेक्शन भी करते हैं सर, उसमें स्टिकर प्रोवाइड करते हैं. बट सर क्या होता है, इस बेल्ट को अभी मान लीजिए सर कोई ग्राइंडर ने यूज किया, डे शिफ्ट में कोई ग्राइंडर ने यूज किया, या अगर कोई गैस कटर ने यूज किया, तो सर हम लोग यही जो भी आदमी लोग काम करते हैं हॉट वर्क के लिए, हम लोग यही बोलते हैं कि आप जब भी बेल्ट यूज करो ना, चाहे उसमें नया बेल्ट ही क्यों ना हो, आपको पर डे चेक करना है. क्योंकि मान लीजिए कि डे शिफ्ट वाले ने यूज किया, वो कट गया, उसको स्टोर में छोड़ दिया, आप नाइट में गए, उसको देखा नया बेल्ट है, पहन लिए, पहनने के बाद आपके संग कुछ भी हादसा हो सकता है. तो सर इसके लिए सेफ्टी बेल्ट जो होता है ना सर, आपको पर डे चेक करके पहनना है. स्नैप हुक सही है कि नहीं, लेन यार्ड सही है कि नहीं, बकल्स वगैरह सही है कि नहीं, ये आपको हर पर डे ही चेक करके पहनना चाहिए. ये एक गुड प्रैक्टिस होता है सर.
हर डे नहीं है, for every use you have to check in, not only safety belt, even lifting tools and tackles also. Every use they have to check and they can wear.
सर डेली बेसिस का चेकलिस्ट भी होता है. मैं ब्रिटानिया के अंदर जब जॉब करता था सर, तो हमारा डेली का चेकलिस्ट होता था. जितने भी टूल्स टैकल्स है उसका डेली आपको चेकलिस्ट करना है और वीकली में क्लाइंट से साइन लेना है.
ओके, डेली होता है क्या उसका पूरा?
हाँ, डेली सर, डेली जो भी आपका इवेंट हो रहा है.
Practice. Apart from this checking, whoever is using those belt, he also must have a verification from his side, because if something has happened, he is going to meet with an access they should have.
సార్ ఎక్స్క్యూజ్ మీ సార్.
స్వామి గారు చెప్పండి.
ప్లాస్మా గారు అసలు వర్కింగ్ ఎలా సార్, కండిషన్ పనిచేస్తుంది ఎలా చెక్ చేస్తారు ప్లాస్మా గారు సార్?
ఏంటన్నా
ప్లాస్మా గారు సార్?
ఫ్లాస్ట్ బ్యాక్ అరెస్టర్ కంటే అగైన్ వీ హావ్ టు గో విత్ TPM ఓన్లీ. అది చెకింగ్ అనేది నేను ఇప్పటి వరకు అయితే వినలేదు, ఎలా చెక్ చేస్తాము అన్నది.
ఓకే సార్.
హలో సార్.
చెప్పండి.
ఫ్లాష్ బ్యాక్ అరెస్ట్ ఎలా చెక్ చేస్తారంటే, అంటే దానికి డైరెక్షన్ సింబల్ వేసి ఉంటారు సార్, ఎలా ఫిట్ చేయాలని. దాన్ని మనం తిప్పించి ఆపోజిట్ లో బిగించినప్పుడు గ్యాస్ రిలీజ్ కాకపోతే
కరెక్ట్, రివర్స్ లో ఫిక్స్ చేస్తే అది తెలుస్తుంది. బట్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఇందులో ఏమన్నా ఇవి రాదు కదా. బట్ హౌ యూ విల్ ఎన్షూర్ దట్ ప్రాపర్లీ?
అదే సార్, అంటే రిటర్న్ రాకపోతే మనకి వర్క్ కండిషన్ లో ఉన్నట్టు సార్. అది కానీ వచ్చేసిందంటే ఆటోమేటిక్ గా మనకి ఇక్కడ మనం ఫైర్ చేసినప్పుడు బ్యాక్ వెళ్ళిపోయే అవకాశం ఉంటుంది ఫైర్.
అవును.
దాన్ని ఫస్ట్ ఒకసారి రివర్స్ చెక్ చేసి రిలీజ్ చేసిన తర్వాత మళ్ళీ ఆపేసి మళ్ళీ ఆపోజిట్ వేస్తారు సార్.
Okay. Maybe that is the
ఒక
traditional
flat
method.
back అంటే
Technically also we have to see how I mean it is.
నాలుగు బుక్ చేయాలి సార్, 4 ఉండాలి సార్ ఫ్లాష్ బ్యాక్ కనెక్షన్.
Okay, thank you for your input. Yeah. Okay. Yes. We'll see area where that heavy erection is done is barricaded. Wherever that erection is happening, those area must be barricaded. And area where the load is lifted or suspended by crane is also must be barricaded. Being we should not allow any people for under suspended loads. And the fire hazard are taken care for the combustibles and removed from the site for the hot works, as we discussed yesterday. Wherever there is an welding activity or any other gas cutting activity is happening, there we should make sure that no combustible material nearby. And also fire extinguishers are provided in the various locations wherever it is applicable. And also floor openings are protected, covered and guarded. These floor openings are protected and covered and guarded for 2 reasons. One, we can avoid any fire accident. Other one, we can avoid any fall of people. And the third one, we can avoid fall of objectives. So with this, we can avoid the incidents. And the procedure for the critical job is available and followed. Whatever the critical activities we need to identify, based on that, whether the SOPs are there or not, we have to cross check. If it is SOP is there, whether it has been trained or informed with their concerned people using those SOPs. And persons employed on the job process required skill. And also whoever is working on their particular area, we need to cross check their skill set, whether they are having any previous experience, whether they have submitted any project, or if they have done any project, we have to see the list of people participate in that project, and we can see their education, and we can have some test also we can do for them, whether to know their skill level. Then vessel entry permit are taken for the confined space entry. This is also very much important. Is there any vessel entry? The permit must be written before entering into any vessel. Apart from that, safety permits are taken to the workhead height. It is not about only the vessel entry and workhead height. There are some other necessary permits must be identified based on the project, the activities they are performing. Then housekeeping. I think somebody is writing here that Umagaru. One second, I don't know. Okay. Housekeeping program should also interesting. It is also very much supportive and helpful for the increasing the safety culture and also reduction of incidents or accidents in a construction site. One thing is the speedy removal of scrap, waste, debris, loose and unused materials at regular intervals. We have to remove whatever the scrap, waste and also civil debris, loose and unused materials from the regular intervals. And proper storage of materials, tools and equipment, removal of nails from the lumber and before stacking. They used to do this nails, or they use for the shuttering work. Once they remove the shuttering, they have to take out the nails from the wood, otherwise there will be chance of penetration and other injuries. And cleaning of floors and passageways, stairs to remove oil, water, dust, sand and ash, sawdust and any other proper absorbers can be used. In case of any spillage, it must be collected and cleaned immediately. And the container should be provided for the collection, separation of waste, and flammable hazardous waste should be covered and safely disposed. Container in the sense, waste bins. We have to provide sufficient or proper waste bins for collection and segregation of waste, and also we need to ensure that the identified hazardous waste collected, that must be disposed as per the requirement. And after completion of any job, excessive materials, tools, equipment should be lifted and placed in their proper place. Whatever the material, when the job done, this is the worst case in construction industry. Simply they will throw all the material and they will go. That must be avoided. While closing the permit, we have to check that housekeeping has been done or not. In yesterday's permit, we didn't see in the closing. In the closing status, we have to ensure that the work area must be cleaned, removed, and whatever the excess tools and materials are there, it has been cleared from the site area. And the piles of the material should be stable and properly supported. Piles in the sense the material stacking area, it must be properly stable and supported properly. Throwing of material should be avoided. This is also one regular unsafe action or unsafe practice in construction industries. Throwing of material from the sites, while at the time of handovering in final stage, they will throw all the civil debris from the top. If it is to be thrown, we should provide in a proper warning signal, and it should be barricaded properly. Somebody should monitor the throwing activity, and proper painting and color coding should be followed. We should have a proper color coding of various signages, and also if you are using any utilities in that particular area. And at least at the beginning or end of the shift, the supervisor should take care to check all the points. Who is a shift supervisor or site engineer or manager or safety, they must go for a round before ending of the shift to check all the points. And also we can put in a promotion, whoever is maintaining housekeeping properly, we can put a R&D, reward and recognition system in the month, so that they will be encouraged. Whoever is doing proper housekeeping, they can be encouraged, gift or any appreciation or certificate, so that they will also get motivated and they can practice. Then statutory provisions. There are some of statutory provisions which is for the construction site. You see in the part 7 of the chapter 28, the Building and Other Construction Workers Act, BOCW Act, and Regulation of Employment Conditions Service 1996, and the central rules, sorry, one second. Yeah, central rules 1998 under this act. These rules come into force that in 1998 out of 252, 200 all pertaining to safety and health of the construction workers, and much detail henceforth it will be referred as a BOC Workers Rules 1998. Building and Other Construction Workers. BOC in the sense build other construction workers. The above rules prescribed for the safety committee for the workers fined or more, and the safety officer for the workers fined or more, it should be reported. And reporting of accidents, medical examinations, building workers, occupational health center, construction medical officer, and ambulance room, ambulance van, stretchers, occupational health services, and notice of poisoning and occupational diseases, first aid boxes, emergency care service, and the provision for the working hours and the rest intervals spread over, and the weekly holidays, notice, and the registers, latrine, urinal, canteen for the workers, all must be provided. If workers are more than 250, we have discussed yesterday. If the workers are more than 250, provide canteen. Apart from that, they have to provide occupied health center, first aid center they have to give. They should have an ambulance in case of any emergency. They should have a structure so that in case of emergency to carry a person, and they have to maintain first aid boxes. So emergency care service, they have to tie up with any nearby hospital in case of any emergency to take care of the victim. And also in chapter 4, the rule number 34 to 54 prescribes the excessive noise, vibration, fire protection, on-site emergency plan, fencing of machinery, and excessive weights, and health and safety policy. Chapter 4 in the sense it is a chapter 4 in the Factories Act. It is coming under section number 34 or rule number 34 to 54. all must be applicable with this construction site. Then also construction machinery. We use n number of types, different types of construction machinery we use in the construction. So all the construction machinery must be verified. If you see the lifting appliances, and there will be pulleys, chain pulley blocks, winches, hoist, derricks, gin poles, various kind of different equipments we use. And if you see in transport, earth moving and material handling equipments, power shovels, which means excavators, we use the bulldozers, we use the scrappers and pavers, road pullers, pile drivers, and mobile asphalt and layers, and the finishers. And if it is belongs to plant machinery equipment, concrete mixers will be there, vibrators will be there, pneumatic compressors will be there, and other pneumatic tools, cartridge operated tools, electric tools, hand tools, conveyors, crusher plants, power generators, engines, and silos. And some salient safety features of these machines equipment must be verified. We'll see one by one. If you see lifting appliances in here, whatever the lifting appliances we are using, how we hit to check. If it is a pulleys, select the pulley as the requirement, and the steel and nylon rope should be used together to groove should be uniform and smooth, and the rope wire or a fiber should be run free. Whatever the pulleys they are using, the pulley must take a wire rope or nylon rope, it should be go smoothly. And the sheaves and the shafts, hooks and pins with locking should be checked before use of any lubrication shall be provided where it is necessary. Wherever you are using any hooks and pins, they should check the lubrication, it is done properly or not. The sheave should be rotated freely on the shaft, and also the shaft should be free from any defect or any crack. And also worn out shafts should not be used, and the anchorage should firm and strong. And anti-twister should be used to prevent the rubbing of the ropes with one another. You should provide an anti-twisting. They will keep one separator between two ropes so that they can avoid the rubbing of ropes or twisting of ropes one to other. And if it is into chain pulley blocks, we can have section 29 Act, select the lifting capacity depending on the maximum load to be lifted. In the fact, we have a chain pulley blocks, whatever the capacity of the chain pulley block, that must be verified, only the load we can apply on it, and verify its TET certificate. If the people are bringing any chain pulley block, first we have to ask them where is the verification or calibration third party inspection certificate, and check for the slipping of load, jamming of links, and free operation, and that the chain should not be out of the pulleys. Wherever the chain you are